Shri Madam, you are not audible.
Screen is visible, Rani ma'am?
Not now.
Now?
Yes.
Good morning to all of you.
Good
I
morning.
am going to speak about Madhya Pradesh, which is also called the heart of India. And I will mainly focus on the location of MP and few amazing facts about MP. First of all, we will see the location of Madhya Pradesh. As we see in the map, Madhya Pradesh is located in the center of the map. We can see the center of the map being highlighted as Madhya Pradesh in the map. And actually, Madhya Pradesh is made up of two words. The word Madhya Pradesh is split into two. Madhya means central and Pradesh means region or state. It is also called as the heart of India or central province because of this reason that its geographical location is at the center of India. And as we see the map, we can see that Madhya Pradesh has no coastlines and no international borders. So it is a landlocked state. If we go into the neighboring states of Madhya Pradesh, we can see in northeast we have Uttar Pradesh, southeast we have Chhattisgarh, southern part we have Maharashtra, southwest Gujarat, and northwest we have Rajasthan. Rani ma'am, slide is visible?
Yes, it's visible. It's visible.
Next, I want to show you the 10 divisions of MP. MP is actually divided into 10 divisions. We have Bhopal division, Gwalior division, Narmada Puram division, Chambal division, Indore, Jabalpur, Rewa, Sagar, Shahdol and Ujjain division. And here on the slide we have two facts given about our state. It is the second largest Indian state by area and it is the fifth largest state by population. And Jabalpur, the Jabalpur division has the High Court of MP. Next, we come to the capital city of Madhya Pradesh. Initially, Nagpur was the capital of Madhya Pradesh, which is now a part of Maharashtra. And in 1956, the state was reorganized and Bhopal became its capital. And Bhopal is also known as the city of lakes because it has a large number of natural and artificial lakes. So we are given the name City of Lakes to Bhopal. Now I am going to share a few interesting facts about Madhya Pradesh, and I hope that after listening to all these interesting facts, the faculty members from the neighboring states will surely visit MP. We have a huge road and rail network because it has no coastline. Basically, bus, train services are covering most part of Madhya Pradesh. And recently, we have added one more feather to the cap, that is the Rani Kanglapathi station, which is the first world-class railway station in Madhya Pradesh. This station is renamed and redeveloped after the Queen Kanglapathi of Gond Kingdom, and the facilities of this station are like an airport. As soon as you enter this station, you will have a feeling that you have entered into an airport, and all the facilities of an airport is there in this Rani Kanglapathi railway station. Then we have the great Stupa at Sanchi. Stupas actually means dome-shaped building, and these were built by Mauryan Emperor Ashoka and is believed to house the ashes of Lord Buddha. It is one of the oldest stone structure and it is declared as a World Heritage by UNESCO in 1989. So Sanchi is one of the World Heritage site. Then we have the historic city of Gwalior, and it is famous for its forts, museums, and other historic monuments, which give us a glimpse of the bygone era. Next comes amazing Khajuraho temples. These ancient temples are adorned with the carvings. The sculptures depict the progressive and artistic heritage, and these are an epitome of architectural marvel and elegance. So it's a tourist place, and it also hosts the Khajuraho festival, and tourists visit it often. Next, we have the oldest cave collections in India, that is Bhimbetka. It is the oldest known rock art and cave collection in Indian subcontinent, and it dates back to more than 30,000 years. Next, we have the Beda Ghat, which is also called as the charismatic marble rocks. It is situated by the river Narmada, and it is carved out of an 8-kilometer beautiful gorge or a valley, and it is carved out of the soft marble rocks, and it is again a very popular tourist spot. It is also having the beautiful Dhuadhar waterfall there, and this Dhuadhar waterfall gets its name because the word Dhuadhar means smoky, and this waterfall gives a smoky appearance. We have another tourist spot in MP, that is the majestic hills of Pachmadi, which is located in Hoshangabad district of MP. It is also known as Tune of Satpura or Satpura ki Rani. The name Pachmadi is derived from two Hindi words, Panch, which means 5, and Madi, which means caves, and these caves are believed to be built by Pandavas during their 13 years of exile. Next, we have Ujjain, which is also known as the city of temples, and it is one of the 4 places in India where Kumbh Mela is hosted. And Ujjain gets its name, the city of temples, because it houses some of the India's most popular temples. Another fact regarding MP is that it has the largest number of tribal groups in India. It is the home for large number of ethnic groups like Gond, Bhil, Bagia, Korku, Bhadia, and many more. As per the 2011 census, the tribal population of MP is 21.1% of the total population. Now we have another aspect of MP which is very famous. Actually, we have Chandiri Saris, which are very famous, and it is the traditional sari made in the historic town of Chandiri in Madhya Pradesh. The characteristic properties of this sari is that it is lightweight, glossy, and it has a transparent appearance. It usually has coin, floral art, peacocks, and modern geometric designs which are woven into patterns with gold or silver brocade or the zari. Now coming to the wildlife, Madhya Pradesh has a total of 9 national parks that includes Kanha National Park and Bandhavgarh National Park. And Bandhavgarh National Park is also called as the land of tigers because it has the highest density of Royal Bengal tigers in the world. Another amazing fact regarding the Kanha National Park is that this Kanha National Park was an inspiration for Rudyard Kipling for writing his novel The Jungle Book, which is famous among children. We have many famous personalities having their birthplace at MP, but a few I am mentioning here. There are many more which I could not add here in the slide. We have Lata Mangeshkar, the Nightingale of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, Kailash Satyarthi ji, who has advocated right to education, and he was campaigning against child labor. Then we have Jaya Bachchan, politician and actress. Then we have Mansoor Ali Khan Patodi, the former Indian cricket captain. Many more personalities are there which I could mention a few here. Among the rivers of Madhya Pradesh, Narmada is the longest river which has many tributaries. Along with it, parallelly runs the Tapti river, and these two rivers are able to provide drainage to almost a quarter of the state. Now coming to minerals found in MP, coal and iron ore are the most important minerals found in MP. Other than that, we have Balaghat being famous for bauxite, copper, manganese and dolomite. Betul, Singrauli and Chhatarpur are known for coal reserves. And most importantly, we have Panna, which has the diamond mines. I hope I have given a picture of whole MP in a nutshell, and hopefully you might have got an idea of our state, and thank you.
Thank you, Shri Madam. I believe your explanation has surely ignited a longingness to visit MP. So I once again welcome the team from Manipur as well as Nagaland to visit MP. We will proceed with the session. Sulina ma'am will help us to understand the climatic conditions of Madhya Pradesh. Welcome, Sulina ma'am.
Am I audible and are the slides visible?
Yeah, both.
Yeah, okay. Good morning to all present here. And now I'll be going to speak about the climate of Madhya Pradesh. Now this I am taking up the topic climate of Madhya Pradesh so that you will get an idea how and when you should visit Madhya Pradesh, since Sri Ma'am has already invited you to come to Madhya Pradesh. I'll take up the topic climate so that you find it easier to understand when all you can come to Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh, as Shri Ma'am has already explained, is a big state. It is actually the second largest state in India, just after Rajasthan, and it is also called as the heart of the incredible India. Now, since it is a big state which has a latitudinal spread of 870 kilometers from east to west, so there are varied climatic conditions that prevail over the state. So we are a big state, and that is why in different parts of the state we have different climatic conditions. Now, Madhya Pradesh has few climatic features which are very important. Now, those features are regional variation, temperature variation, and unequal distribution of rainfall. Now, regional variation. Why there is regional variation? Now, Madhya Pradesh has plains, it has hilly regions, and it has valleys. Now, all these regions obviously will have different kinds of climate. There are temperature variations because in the summer season, the peak temperature would be in the month of May and the lowest temperature would be in January. So in May, you will find temperatures around 40 to 45 degrees, whereas in January, the temperatures may go down to 3 or 4 degrees as well. So we have varied temperatures in the different parts of the year. And there is unequal distribution of rainfall also in MP. Like Pachmadi, which is a hill station, has an average rainfall of around 212 centimeter, while Bind, which is a very dry area, gets only 62 centimeter of rainfall in a year. So there is unequal distribution of rainfall as well. Now, all these things are affected or happen due to certain factors. Now, those factors are, first is the geographical location. MP is in the center of India. Since it is a landlocked state, there is no coastal connection. We do not have a coastline in MP. It is landlocked state, which is from all the sides, we have different states bounding it. And we have high temperature range. As I said, in the summer season, we'll have around 45 degrees, whereas in winter, the temperature will go down even to 2 or 3 degrees centigrade. Since there is no coastline, there is no sea, so there is no effect of the sea on the temperature here in MP. One important aspect of Madhya Pradesh is that the Tropic of Cancer passes through the center of Madhya Pradesh. And since the Tropic of Cancer is passing through the center, we all know that it will result in very high temperatures. And we have certain mountain ranges. So in those mountain ranges, the temperature would not be too high. The mountain ranges included, like we have hill stations of Pachmadi and Amarkantak. So they are not very, the temperatures are not very high in those areas. We have three main seasons in MP. The summer season, the rainy season, and winter season. These are the three main seasons. The summer season is usually from mid-March to mid-June. Here, in this time, the temperatures are too high. It is always above 40 degrees and it can go up to 45. And in many cities like Khajuraho and all, the temperature may increase up to 48 degrees as well. The rainy season begins from mid-June and it continues till mid of October. And then the final and the most important weather season that we have is the winter season. Winter season is from mid-October to mid-March. From mid-October when it starts, it is not very cool, but the temperature is normal around 25 to 30 degrees. But in the month of January, it goes down. So it comes to near about 4 to 5 degrees. So we have these three main seasons that we have in MP. Now, initially, when I started with the climate, I said since our MP is a very big state, we have different climate features. And that is because we have different climatic zones. The climatic zones of MP can be divided into 5. That is the Malwa Plateau region, the Northern Plain, Vindhyan and the Satpura mountain region, the Narmada Valley region, and the Baghelkhand Plateau, which is also known as the Bundelkhand Plateau. So these are the 5 climatic zones of MP. Now, in the Malwa Plateau, the temperature is moderately hot and moderately cold. That means the temperature is around 40 degrees, not very high, not more than 42 or 43, not very high during summer seasons. And during the winter seasons also, it does not go below 10 degrees. So it is moderately hot and moderately cold climate in the Malwa Plateau. The northern plains. The northern plains are very hot during summers and at the same time very cold during the winters. So the region near the Riva, Panna, all these regions will come under the northern plains. Then we have the Vindhyan mountain region where the temperature, now since it is the mountain region, the temperatures are average hot and average cold. And then we have the Narmada Valley. Narmada Valley, it is very hot and not very cold. That kind of a temperature is there in Narmada. Then we have the Baghelkhand Plateau, which I said is also called as the Bundelkhand Plateau. And here the temperature is average. And these are the 5 different zones that we have here in MP. The Narmada Valley has these cities like Indore and Devas. You might have heard about Indore as the financial capital if we talk about of MP. So Indore city is in the Narmada Valley region. So, and in the Vindhyan where the climate is not very hot, we have hill stations like Pachmadi and Amarkantak in this region. Now, the next question that comes up in our mind, as I said, since Shri Ma'am has already invited you, so I'm also inviting you to come to Madhya Pradesh. So the next thing is, when would be the best time to come to Madhya Pradesh? Now, since we are from Madhya Pradesh, for us, the entire year is the best time to come to Madhya Pradesh. You can come and explore Madhya Pradesh anytime in the year. But for people who are not used to the climate here in Madhya Pradesh, for them, I would suggest that winters would be the best season to visit Madhya Pradesh. And the reason is, during the daytime, it is not very hot and not very cold. So you all can come here during the winter season, explore the state of Madhya Pradesh, visit different places. So winters would be the best time to come to Madhya Pradesh. And winter season is from mid-October to January. So you can come during this time to visit the state. Winters, another reason why I am telling you winter would be the best time to come to Madhya Pradesh is during winter season, we have different international festivals that take place. Like you might have heard about the Khajuraho festival or the Lok Rang festival. So there are different festivals that take place during the winter season. And besides the festivals, we have the festivals of Diwali, Dashera and all. So you all can come and enjoy the festivals over here. So I hope you got an idea about the climate of Madhya Pradesh. So I invite you all to come to Madhya Pradesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Selina ma'am. Thank you. That was a wonderful explanation. Now I invite Anita ma'am to take us into the land of Madhya Pradesh, where we will talk about water conservation. Anita ma'am, warm welcome. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, good
Yeah,
morning.
okay. Good morning. Before we begin, we are running short of time, so I wish you speed up. Yeah.
Good morning. Today, I will explain the different methods of water conservation in Madhya Pradesh. As we know that 97% of water on the earth is salt water, which is not suitable for drinking. Only 3% water is fresh water, and only 0.5% is available for drinking, and rest is locked in ice caps, glaciers, etc. With growing population rates, we should use our limited water supply wisely so that we can keep our sources pure and safe for generations to come. First method, named as pact system, was developed in Bitada village of Jhabua district, Madhya Pradesh, in which the water is diverted from hill streams into irrigation channels by diversion bunds. They are made across the stream by piling up stones, teak leaves, and mud called pads. The villagers irrigate their fields by turns. The channel requires constant maintenance, and it is the duty of the family irrigating the field on a particular day to take care of the pad. Second method of water conservation was started in Malwa, called as Ek Panch Ek Talab Yojana. The first Malwa Jal Sammelan was organized in June 10, 1999. The former Chief Minister Digvijay Singh called upon each elected representative to build or renovate a tank named as Ek Panch Ek Talab Yojana. It means every member of the village, block and district panchayat should become responsible for constructing a pond or tank. The state had 350,000 members of panchayat in 51,000 villages at that time. Even 21,319 existing tanks were renovated, and 500 extra tanks were also built under Ek Panch Ek Talab Yojana. Now I wish to share an interesting story about a farmer named Pop Singh of Devas. He went to bank to apply for a loan to dig a pond over a decade ago. He was literally thrown out because no bank had offered a loan for digging a pond in the country till then. Mr. Umakant Umrao, district collector of that time, came to know about the incident, and he convinced the bank officials that the easiest way to solve water crisis was to dig ponds and encourage rainwater harvesting. The collector proposed of digging up ponds in individual farms to store rainwater. Later, MP government had adopted the project and named it as Balram Talab Yojana. Earlier, the project was named Bhagirath Krishak Abhiyan. While ponds were called Reva Sagar, Reva word is derived from the Narmada River. Even Prime Minister Narendra Modi had applauded the Devas model during his Man Ki Baat in 2016. It was also selected by United Nations as one of the best free water management practices globally in 2011-12. At last, I wish to share how over 12,000 people gathered in Jhabua district MP to help the state to conserve water. People from over 400 villages gathered in Jhabua Hadipawa Hill to dig contour trenches to trap water and increase water reserve. It is the spirit of community service called Halma. Halma is a Dhiri tradition of the community coming together and helping one another in their troubles. So far, 2 lakh contour trenches have been dug and 52 earthen dams were built in 225 villages in Jhabua without government aid. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anita ma'am. It was really informative. May I invite Jyoti Rajiv ma'am to share her views on water conservation, especially from Mandu.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Good morning. Yes, please.
My warm greetings to all respected dignitaries, especially to the people from beautiful Seven Sisters state, our neighboring state. First and foremost, I take the opportunity to appreciate our Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat committee under the guidance of Father Johnson and Rani ma'am for their tireless efforts to tailoring different states in an arduous task it is. All speakers spoke well and presented wonderfully an insightful presentation. I really enjoyed Nagaland. I feel to shift from Madhya Pradesh to Nagaland by seeing their scenic beauty, the Falcon capital of the world, our Duko Valley and its scenic beauty, wonderful rainwater harvesting from Ferimai village, topography of Manipur, Dr. Sonamani's knowledgeful, insightful presentation, etc. As Dr. Sonamani said, it's our prime duty to save each drop of water. Yes, we have a history of that reference. Let me start my journey by holding your hands to Mandu, Madhya Pradesh. Nestled in and around the ruins of a 1,400 years old floating palace, Mandu sophisticated rainwater harvesting system would teach us the things or two about water conservation. Mandu's terraced with history is very old. The parched little hilltop town in Madhya Pradesh traces its root to the Parmara dynasty in 8th century CE. Though not much is known about that particular city, what makes it interesting are the ancient water conservation system in place. The reason why the water management techniques at Mandu are relevant in the contemporary times is that we are running out of water. And cities are quickly running out of groundwater and are now heavily dependent on tanker supply for their water needs. Mandu is located on a hilltop at an elevation of more than 2,000 feet on the Vindhyachal ranges. There is no natural source of water. The river Narmada is too far to nurture its with her waters. Getting her water to 2,000 plus feet level would literally be an uphill task in the days of non-motorized system. The hilltops means no groundwater. So how did people live on this hill for the thousands of years? Well, they had an incredible water management system at Mandu in place. You can still see each water management point will pleasantly surprise you. Water management system in Mandu was a need. As rainwater was its only source of water, how beautifully the people of that place saved every drop of water, of rain that landed on this hilltop. You have to see it to believe it. The elaborate water harvesting techniques which catered to the needs of the people in those times still continue to serve those who live in the city. Water management system at Mandu comes in the form of 1,200 tanks of different sizes and shapes. Most of them are still intact, and if you go during monsoon for a visit, These 1,200 tanks are spread across 70 monuments in the fort complexes. However, over the years now, water conservation techniques are visible in only 700 water tanks across 5 of these monuments. You can see them full of water. Let's look at a few of the interesting water bodies of these heritage monuments, this heritage place. You can see it in the pic. So let me
share it.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it's getting.
Yes, yes.
Just a minute. So this elongated palace surrounded by 2 artificial lakes called Manch Lake and Kapoor Lake. These lakes on either side of the fort are connected to a canal that this is what is the canal that ensured equal distribution of water in the 2 lakes when it rains heavily. When both lakes fill up during the monsoon, the mahal looks like a ship sailing in the sea, and thus the name Jahaj Mahal. So roaming around the royal complex at every step, you either meet a water body or a water channel, and that is aesthetically intrinsic to the design of the palace. Manch Lake and Kapoor Lake, as you enter the Jahaj Mahal complex, on your left of the palace with Manch Lake, behind it on the right is the Kapoor Lake with many water channels leading to it. And there you can see 2 swimming pools also. And one is in the shape of kurma. Kurma means tortoise. And the other shape of a flower are the part of Jahaj Mahal, located 2 different levels. And these are the best examples of how you could just a minute. These are the 2 examples how you can integrate the aesthetic with the practical needs of the water. What amazes me is that they could not only store water well, but channel it in such a way that they could easily afford a water luxury like swimming pools. And swimming pools on the rooftop are the important rainwater reservoirs in the fort complexes. It has channels with curvaceous design leading to the pole. It is such a lovely way to channelize the water. It is mentioned that these channels were filled with sand and filter the water, and these sand-filled channels help to slow down the water flow into the pool. Rather, they are pulley system to draw water from the well in the other seasons. Next part is about wonderful borees or wells in Mandu. Champa Bori is a unique well. It is a large well fed by the rainwater. This inside of Champa Bori is square, while its wall is round with niches in it. Believe it or not, this body was surrounded by 4-story living quarters of the palace. The water level is almost at the same as the level of Manch Lake. The name Champa comes from the fact that this body was surrounded by champa or Mongolia trees. Can you even imagine the air being made fragrant naturally? This palace buildings stay cool due to these bodies next to it. The long corridors allow circulation of air. Really surprising. What an intelligent way to store water and make it work as an eco-friendly air conditioner. Next is ancient Hindu body. Opposite to the Jahaj Mahal lies a deep and steep body is an ancient Hindu bodies. This stepwell belongs to the times of Parmar kings or maybe even earlier. This body is attached with a temple. And next 2 boris, twin boris are there. One is Ujala bori or stepwell, the Andheri bori. This at a short distance from the Jahaj Mahal complex, Ujala Bori is so called as it is located in the open. while Andheri Bori is located in the dark. So Ujala Bori has geometric steps with a pavilion on its sides. The steps, steep steps, lead to the base of the Bori, and that gives the beauty to it. We could imagine even gatherings around Ujala Boris. Next is Bas Bahadur Palace. Water management system at Mandu. Bas Bahadur Palace is rather secured close to the ancient Riva Kund. Riva Kund itself is fed by rainwater and underground springs that are believed to be connected to the river Narmada. So water channels on the walls of Bas from this area to the walls of Bas Bahadur Palace. While you get lost in the love story of Bas Bahadur, Rani Roopmati, the place is all about collecting every drop of water when you visit. Do not forget to look at the top of the palace wall, all of which have water channels that collect rainwater. Channelize them to the tank in the middle. At one place where the wall where the wall discontinues due to the door, the channel goes underground and then comes up again at the other side of the door. Incredible. The tank symmetrically plays in an open courtyard with a royal pavilion on the side, and the musician pavilion on the other side looks beautiful. Bas Bahadur Palace water tank, before you think this was just a plain aesthetic. Wait. Water was even used to smoothen the musical notes of music being produced in acoustic halls of the palace, Bas Bahadurs. And the sound waves as they traveled from the musicians' pavilions to the royal pavilion. It makes the feeling of connoisseur music traveled over water, and any jarring notes were smoothened. Rani Roopmati Mandap. This is what is the Rani Roopmati Mandap or pavilion. Looks like an outpost overlooking the fort walls and surrounding region. However, this also has a long underground water tank connecting all the water that the building receives. And next goes to Sagar Lake in Mandu. In between the two ends of Jahaj Mahal and Roopmati Pavilion lies the huge Sagar Lake. The local administration has built a pavilion on this lake where you can sit and enjoy the lake surrounded by green rolling hills. Yet another lake, tank at Nilkant Madhav Temple. The water management system at Mandu, it's an ancient Shiva temple premises. The water from the spring, here you can see the spring, and from there, the water from the spring reaches there in the spiral channel and later collects in a kund here, the tank down. The level of water remains up to the brim always. A tank at Nilkant Madhav Temple replenished the surrounding places down in the valley too. And even the temple, Mahadev Temple complex, slightly on the outskirts of Mandu city, has a lovely tank and water management channels. No matter where you stand in this place, you can view a stepwell, a well or a lake. If you look deep enough, you will even see the channels connecting to the different water bodies. The water management system at Mandu has many lessons to teach and learn. You all are welcome to visit these mesmerizing places holding ancient water harvesting and conservation techniques. The Indore city in Madhya Pradesh has an airport fairly well connected. Indore city is the closest major city to this heritage fort and its precincts. The distance from Indore is about 80 odd kilometers, 2.5 hours journey. The heritage water management system at Mandu is in itself a major tourist attraction and a hotspot. The best time for visit already, our Ma'am Sulina already explained about climate and weather. The best time to visit Mandu is from October to March, as this period experiences moderate weather. The summers are quite hot from March to May, just like the other parts of the Madhya Pradesh, and the winters are comparatively more pleasant. So there is so much to learn for professionals, authorities from across the world from this ancient water management system, planning and practice. Perhaps we can take some inspiration, even adopt some of these techniques and that mechanisms in the modern architecture to solve water wars. Hopefully, more will learn from these ancient wisdom practiced in India. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jyoti Madam. That was a wonderful presentation. Hope the fear of coronavirus will overrule your presentation and people will surely move to Madhya Pradesh to see Mandu.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, winding up this program, let me take this opportunity to just put it in a statement. When we think about water, the colorless, odorless, tasteless, but still a wonderful creation of the Creator to make us feel content, feel contented with water. May I put it in a simple statement? Coexistence is very important. If we don't coexist with nature, we will finally land up in co-extinction. So let us put up together this knowledge and spread it across the new generation to think about how they can conserve water. I would take this opportunity especially to thank my principal, Father Johnson, who have been the constant support, instilling the confidence in us to go ahead with this wonderful program. I am indebted to the coordinator, Mr. Vikas sir, for arranging this program. I would like to express my gratitude to Ms. Sivono ma'am as well as Father Kelvin, who helped us connect with the resource person for the day. The special thanks goes to K.V. Sithu sir with such a simple word and such a wonderful explanation, helping us to understand and know Nagaland more near. I am thankful to the team, Father Kelvin and Mr. Joseph and Ms. Teresa for enlightening us with the concepts of the geographical situations of Manipur, as well as introducing Mr. Sonamani sir to us. Sonamani sir, your meticulous planning and delivering of the concepts was so simple as well as so knowledgeable that I think the generations need to learn from you. We expect to hear from both of you, that is from K.V. Sithu sir as well as Sonamani sir, more often. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, the St. Paul team, Sulina ma'am, Sri ma'am, Anita ma'am and Jyoti ma'am for this wonderful presentation. I am in debt to all my technical support friends, especially Sujit sir, Vinit sir, and Manindu sir. I hope I have not left anyone. Such a wonderful and meeting we had. So thank you all. Hope to meet once again on the same dais, on the same platform, wishing and welcoming, especially K.V. Sithu sir and Sonamani sir to Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal. We'll be waiting to see you. Father, I wish now Father Johnson would like to speak a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, Father.
Instead of calling out the names of everyone over here, let me call Team Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat.
Right, Father.
Congratulations for this wonderful effort we have done to stay connected. Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, One India, Great India. And we have to learn how precious and important water is for all of us. It's time, surely it's time, all these presentations were telling me or challenging me to go back to the original concept of Indian Sea. Even from the ancient times, people were so much concerned about conserving and serving every drop of water, which sometimes we have just lost because of our careless behavior. Now the time has come that we must be very careful and caring and caring for each other. So I wish to congratulate Rani ma'am and her team for coordinating the entire process. I'm grateful to everyone present here, and I wish you all wonderful time ahead. So we'll collaborate and coordinate things better, and we will have still more interactions, know each other better. So welcoming the team from Nagaland and Manipur to Madhya Pradesh, and wishing you all God's abundant blessings. We wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year 2022. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Once
Father.
again.
Thank you, Rani.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, KVC sir. Thank you, Sonamani sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.